The hatch suddenly jammed. The supervisor ordered Mike to fix it right away, or else he would be fired. Mike had no choice but to squeeze into the workshop. He squatted down and pushed hard with both hands. That's when the accident happened. Mike was trapped inside the workshop. The equipment started up instantly, generating a massive amount of radiation. Mike screamed in agony from the excruciating pain. After a long time, Mike was dragged out on the verge of death because he was hit by lethal radiation particles. All his organs began to fail. After diagnosing him, the robot told Mike, "You only have 5 days to live." When the person in charge came over, he didn't care whether Mike lived or died. Only questioning why production had stopped, Mike could only force himself to go home, soon collapsing by the roadside. Luckily, his good friend Shaobian noticed something was wrong and helped him back home. After arriving home, Mike started vomiting. Despite taking medicine, he was still trembling all over, tortured by pain. His only hope for survival now was the medical pod in Paradise Space. This was a large medical device developed by humans in pursuit of immortality. Just by lying on it for a few short seconds, all diseases in the body would be cured. But this Paradise Space was located 20,000 kilometers away from Earth. It was established by the top wealthy elite on Earth. The climate here was pleasant, the air was fresh, and the technology was highly advanced. However, all the wonderful things here were nourished by resources from Earth. At this time, the Earth had been severely damaged, heavily polluted, and extremely overpopulated. The Earth had become a massive slum. Countless people suffering from terminal illnesses tried to secretly sneak into Paradise Space, but they were often discovered as soon as they approached the space station. Then everyone could only watch in horror as they were shot down, even if they were lucky enough to evade missile tracking. As soon as their spaceship landed, the system would lock onto every outsider. Then a large number of robotic police would appear, knocking down all the stowaways and finally expelling them back to Earth. That night, Mike and his friend came to the black market, hoping to purchase a ticket to Paradise Space. Damon laughed mockingly. Countless people on Earth wanted to go to Paradise Space. They even spent all their savings for it, yet the person in front of him wanted it for free. So he yelled at Mike to get lost. But when he learned that Mike only had 5 days to live, he suddenly changed his mind because he needed a desperate person to help him complete a dangerous mission. Damon needed Mike to help him kidnap someone. This person was the chief programmer of Paradise Space. As long as they could copy the data in his brain, they could intercept the password to Paradise Space and gain direct access. The person Damon mentioned was someone Mike knew. It was the supervisor who disregarded Mike's life and death. The hardest part was, the man had 2 robotic bodyguards by his side. At this point, Mike's life was hanging by a thread. He was utterly incapable of completing this mission. Seeing this, Damon took out an exoskeleton armor. It could connect with a person's nervous system, turning a human into a cyborg. After his subordinate spent the whole night manually installing it, Mike finally became one with the machine. He looked at his hands in disbelief, discovering that the armor not only didn't hinder his movements, but gave him an immense strength he had never felt before.